Capricorn, welcome to your August 2025 Celtic Cross. Let's see what's going on. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is a new channel. Welcome to Empowered World Tarot. My name is Holly Christine. Let's get into it. Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors of love and light, we thank you for your help today with Capricorn's reading for whatever they need to know for the month of August for the highest good. We'll be doing clarifiers as always and getting some advice and pulling some oracle cards at the end. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if multiple people show up in the reading, reverse or exchange the energies as necessary. All right, Capricorn. Waiting for the flyer. Spirit's putting the cards in order. There it is. Okay. Ooh, showing up with the 9 of Cups. Feeling good. Feeling satisfied. Happy. Of course, all of the details are in the clarifiers, so this is just the baseline. We'll talk about it briefly. The Knight of Swords is crossing you. In your focus, the world. In the recent past, the 2 of Pentacles. In your strength, Judgment. In the immediate future, the King of Cups. Supporting this reading, 3 of Wands. Outside influence, King of Swords. In your hopes and fears, 4 of Wands. And the potential outcome, 4 of Cups. The overall energy of your reading, Capricorn, the King of Wands. Wow, we've got 3 kings out already. Nice. And what brings us to this specific reading today? The 6 of Cups, a soul connection. There's a lot of love shared there. Soul contract is there. And this is somebody you have a lot of history with. That brings us to this reading today. All right, let's just chat about this baseline because you show up feeling good, feeling happy, satisfied, your wishes are fulfilled, at least on your end. Crossed by the Knight of Swords. Some action is quickly taken. I don't know if this is you or somebody else taking this action. But in your focus, we're closing out a cycle, a major cycle here. Changing a path that we've been on in our life and getting ready to start on a new path. In the recent past, this 2 of Pentacles shows that you were juggling a lot, just trying to keep the balance. And there was a lot of indecision and doubt then having to do with what you were balancing. But you're doing the best job you can back here. In your strength, Judgment. Now, this is a great position for Judgment because it shows that you are being called to make a very important decision that changes everything, but from your highest self, from your soul level self, in alignment, versus your egoic earthly self. This is something that you are being called to make a decision about that is different than what you would normally do. Calls for a lot of soul searching, your heart, to make this decision, to make the best decision you're being asked to make. In the immediate future, this King of Cups, I don't know if this represents you, your person, or just the energy of the King of Cups, which is an extremely supportive, amazing, loving energy, ready to offer their love and giving support in all areas that are even chaotic in one's life. Remaining emotionally balanced and calm no matter what the circumstances are. This energy is super supportive and super loving. Moving on to the energy supporting this reading, the 3 of Wands. Anticipating what's next. You can almost taste it. It looks good. It feels good. You want it. You're going for it. And right now you have to wait for it, but it's here for you. It's coming. The outside influence, the King of Swords. Again, whether this is you, an outside person, or just the energy of the card. It's all about logical decisions and being aware of our emotions, but not making our decisions from the heart only. We put our emotions in our back pocket and we're able to use our mind to get what we want done. Uh, so your heart here and your logic here, that's a great combination to have. Again, we'll see what the details are with the clarifiers. But in your hopes and fears, this is about a commitment. The Four of Wands speaks to the stability of a commitment. People that you live with, people that this might even be a marriage, doesn't have to be, but it could be. But it's definitely some sort of relationship commitment. I think it's a soul connection from our past that will always be on your heart, whether they're here with you now or just in the past. We'll see. The potential outcome is a card of upset and disappointment where it looks like the focus is on all the things that didn't work out. And we need to be careful with this type of focus because if that's all we're focused on, we're going to miss the opportunities and the offers that are coming in because we're so focused on our feelings of yuck that you might miss this opportunity being offered. So we'll see what that's about. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to start out with this King of Wands and the overall energy. Masterful confidence, passionate action taker here. They don't second guess their actions at all. Unlike the Two of Pentacles over here, second guessing and doubting. Not the King of Wands. King of Wands is all about, I know what I'm doing, I know what I want, and this is how I'm going to do it. Okay? Also, like I said, a very passionate type of energy. If we're talking about romance and intimacy, they're strong in that area as well. Let's see what this King of Wands is about. Taking masterful action, the overall energy of the reading. I think this is you making these decisions and closing out cycles and changing things up. Let's see what's going on. The King of Wands for Capricorn. There it is. Okay. Starting out with the Page of Cups, the Hermit, and the Page of Swords. Okay. You are taking masterful action. And yet, at the same time, this is a real learning experience for you. Let's look at the bottom. Look at that. The Sun, the happiest card in the tarot. You're holding on to all the hope in the world. You're keeping your mindset positive. You're keeping your heart open and your curiosity about what there is to learn about this. Very open. That is masterful action for sure. In addition to that, you're looking at things honestly. You're shining the light in the dark, trying to figure out what is it that got in my way, what is in my way. Let me get it out of my way. Let's heal it. Let's do what we need to do. But let's really get down to it and figure out what is going on here is what you're doing. Facing something with an honesty and a truth and a clarity that takes masterful action to do and to do well. And then we have the Page of Swords. You're taking another look at something, taking a closer look at something and gaining knowledge from what you're looking at. And here again, the Hermit is looking, going in the dark. We're going in deep. We're looking to heal. We're looking to get it off our path. And once we figure out what it is and we learn what it is, Page of Swords, we are going to be ready to take our next action. Yeah, it's really great energy. And what brings us here is the Sun. Again, the happiest card in the tarot. Looking for your bliss. We're here because this is what we're focused on. This is what's important to us, and it's happiness and it's bliss and it's success and focus and all the wonderful things. Really good energy. All right. Let's look at the Nine of Cups. Speaking of happiness on a very personal level, feeling satisfied, emotional balance, feeling really good here. There it is. The Ace of Pentacles. Six of Wands. The Star. Wow, guys. This is amazing energy. No wonder you're feeling so good. Really good. This is all about you look like you accomplished a goal here. Oh, look at the bottom. Again, you saw me shuffle the cards. Spirit's telling a story. Pay attention to the repeating energies. This is amazing. It looks like you accomplished a goal. You're feeling really good about it. You were given an opportunity, this Ace of Pentacles, and it was supported by the divine. And it was one of your major divine wishes here. No wonder you're feeling so good. Yes. Yes, you got your wish. You were given an opportunity to build something that brought stability, or you are being given this opportunity, whatever this is tied up to, reaching your goals, feeling really good. People are seeing what you're doing. That feels good. And again, this is something that you always wanted. And look, we're here because bliss, joy, happiness, it's all here. Wishes come true, divine wishes, blessed. All of it. This is blessed and recognizing your blessings. That's exactly what this lineup feels like. Okay. Crossed or challenged by the Knight of Swords. Let's do that now. This is somebody coming in quickly, taking action. Again, we don't know if it's you yet or somebody else, but knowledge has been gained and action is being taken swiftly in a certain direction. Let's see what this Knight of Swords is, please. In the challenge position, in something that you faced or are facing. Let's see. And we have the Ace of Swords. That's truth and clarity, an opportunity to gain that here. And we also have the Three of Swords. This is heartbreak. And the Queen of Wands. Now that is an attraction. The Queen of Wands is a magnetic attraction in our lives. And this is somebody who took action, or it's you taking action, facing a truth, an opportunity for truth about the heartbreak, about this attraction, which I think is going to be this person, this soul connection that is not here any longer. At the bottom, we have the Five of Swords. Winning at all costs. This isn't a card of ego where somebody has been fighting or battling. No matter what, this is the action that had to be taken in order to come out on top. It's like a must win, even if I lose somebody along the way. And this looks like somebody, some fight had to be fought. I had to do this because the truth is that this attraction is heartbreaking. Something like that. We'll find out more. Let's move on. Let's look at closing out this cycle, the World card next. Closing out the cycle. And we have, oh, there it is, the Nine of Cups again. Well, that sucks. Now we're closing it out. So your wish came true. You got your goal. You were feeling like bliss on steroids. And then the truth of the matter is actions were taken. Heartbreak came around this attraction. And here we are closing out a cycle of how you showed up. That sucks. It's like you got your wish and now your wish is taken away. And here we are with Three of Wands, repeating energy coming up later. Now you're here closing this out, waiting for the energy to move, to exchange out. Communication came in or is coming and going. Things are happening quickly. This closeout. Waiting for the energy to move quickly. Let's go. Let's get out of this. Let's look at the bottom. Oh, Five of Swords again, guys. Repeating energies. This is a battle. This is a fight. This is hard to do. Wow. But it's part of it. It is part of the journey of something that you're on here. It feels heavy now to me. I don't know if you had to end this relationship or if they ended it. Let's look at the recent past, the Two of Pentacles. A state of balancing, a balancing act was done. Show us the Two of Pentacles in the recent past, just trying to keep the balls in the air. Small amounts of stability, just trying to keep going. Okay, and we have the Death card, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. That's how you showed up here. The overall energy of the reading. And at the bottom, Temperance. Another card of balance. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Trying to heal. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. Unfortunately, the things we want to happen immediately. It's about healing here. We're here because we're trying to gain our balance. We're trying to gain our healing back. Hence why the King of Wands is showing up over here and over here. Because this is your energy. You are trying to show up with an open mind, an open heart, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to make things work, to keep the balance. Ending and transforming and doing the work repetitively is how you're showing up. It's like you're always showing up. I don't see your person. I mean, you show me what brought us here. You show me them up there. You show me that you guys had a lot of attraction to each other. Very passionate. So we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands over here. So this would represent that. It is a very strong, passionate attraction that brought a lot of heartbreak. It looks like you put a lot of work into trying to balance things and bring in stability here. But through the ending of this thing and you transforming yourself, you really are doing masterful work here with the King of Wands. Taking the expert actions necessary in order to heal and bring in balance. Something you worked at in the recent past over and over again. This just tells me whatever happened, you tried your best. You put your all into it, your best into it. Yep. Okay, let's look at Judgment in your strength. Being called by your highest self to make a life-changing decision here. Okay. 10 of Pentacles tied up to your everything. The King of Pentacles. Now we have all the kings on the board. And the Ace of Wands. Excellent. Yeah, this is your decision to do something bold and to manage things. Not just things, but the 10 of Pentacles. This could represent your family, your foundation, making bold and new and courageous type decisions from your highest self in order to manage your stability possibly tied up with family. It could, like I said, it could be marriage. Doesn't have to be, but it looks like it was probably somebody that you lived with. It probably affects your family, multiple members of the family in some way, and the very foundation of your stability is tied up to this decision up here, and it's in your strength because you're listening to your highest self. You are putting yourself in these masterful energies. This King of Wands and this King of Pentacles, this is you. I don't know about the King of Cups and the King of Swords yet, but I know that those are you thus far. And at the bottom, the Hierophant. Yeah, this is what you're in alignment with. That's what the Hierophant speaks to. The Hierophant is always connected to their soul level self. And here the phone is ringing and you are taking the bold moves to answer it, to do the thing that is absolutely best for you, for your stability, and for your foundation in this situation that is so heartbreaking, tied up to this soul connection of yours. They're a definite soul connection. And soul connections are funny like that. They're the hardest relationships when it comes to if we do have to go our separate ways, because we're always going to be tied to these people in our hearts in some way, even if we're not together in the future or for a time being, you know? But yeah, this is in your strength to answer the call, to listen to your highest self, because it's guiding you correctly to do the masterful things. Let's see the King of Cups in your immediate future. Lovely, lovely energy, the King of Cups. And there we have the Two of Pentacles again. Repeating energies. Okay. The Nine of Swords. And the Three of Pentacles. At the bottom, the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Somebody's holding on tight. They don't want to let go. I think this might represent your person who, it could still be you though, because there's this back and forth energy here. Again, trying to do a balancing act, but between what? The Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, worry, fear, sleepless nights, crying. It is all kinds of thought after thought after thought. It's so disturbing, so upsetting, and just a lot of worry, anxiety, fears, About what? The Three of Pentacles. This is a possibility of rebuilding stability with this King of Cups. Or you rebuilding stability. It's again, it's a balancing act, but it's a balancing act between stress and possibility of getting together, collaborating with others, maybe rebuilding stability. This could just be friends, but I don't think so. I think the message is not just hanging out with friends, but a rebuilding of stability here is in question. Like, I doubt, I don't know, I go back and forth. Can it be done? I'm not sure. But whoever this person is, they're not quite ready to let go. It shows they're holding on really, really tight. I refuse to let go completely is what this says. Yeah, somebody walked away. I think it was your person. Or it could have been you. It really doesn't matter here at this point in time, whether it was you or whether it was them. It feels like you're trying to do the best thing to move forward on your path, but you have doubts. I go back and forth. I'm trying to do the masterful action, but when my heart is here and all I'm thinking with is my heart, I have more doubt again. I kind of want to hold on. I don't want to let go. Can we rebuild stability? I don't know. And you're worried about it. You're thinking about it as you juggle this thought, but it's being juggled with your heart. And when a Six of Cups is pulling on your heartstrings like that, it does make us doubt even our King of Wands decision, even our calling from our highest self, trying to take the courageous and bold actions in order to manage your life and your manifestations and your family and your stability and all that stuff wrapped up in the Ten of Pentacles. Your wishes, your treasure chest, your life, your very foundation of all the things that you want to manifest in the ideal in your incarnation here. And yeah, sometimes the heart will make us, oh, I don't know, but this is my person. I know they're my person. And look how happy we were. We had the sun. This was my divine wish. I had it. I got it. I was given this opportunity. How could I lose it? How could they be gone now? Maybe I'm not doing the right thing. So you doubt. All right. Let's look at the energy supporting this reading. Again, that's the Three of Wands. Waiting in anticipation. You see something you want. And look, we have the King of Swords. We get to clarify this King of Swords next. Love this card, this deck, all of the typical male artwork is represented by females, and this is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. How cool is that? King of Swords, the master of logical decisions. The Knight of Cups. And the Two of Cups. Wow. Okay, so the energy supporting this reading is in full support of communicating your heart with this soul connection. This Two of Cups, I believe, is possibly that same Six of Cups in the past, but here you're thinking or you're anticipating having a heartfelt conversation with them. But you're bringing your King of Swords to the reading. You're not bringing the King of Cups. You're expressing your heart, but you're here with the master of logic as we express ourselves. You're anticipating a future conversation, a future heartfelt conversation with this person. I do not think this is a new soul connection. I think it's this one that you're dealing with here at the bottom. Oh yeah, look, it's the Ten of Wands. You're anticipating this and you're burdened by it. Perhaps because you know your King of Cups is going to show up at this meeting also. You can't keep him out. You are all the kings here thus far. You really are. That's what it feels like. But you know you're going to have some kind of expression here. You guys are going to get together. You can have a conversation. And it's going to be hard. And you're feeling the weight of it. Yep. Because you love them. And they love you. And because you're soul connections. I don't care what's gone on. It is really, really hard to break from a soul connection. To cut the ties if it's necessary to do so. If you can't work things out, sometimes you got to cut the ties. Just because they're a soul connection doesn't mean they're meant to be in our lives forever and ever. A lot of soul connections are contracts we made to help each other evolve on our soul's journey. And sometimes that means we have to deal with the upsets and the heartbreaks and the things that bring us to the next level on our journey because of our response, our decisions, their responses, that kind of thing. Let's look at the King of Swords in the outside influence. Nine of Wands. The High Priestess. The Chariot. Okay. And at the bottom, Judgment. Excellent. Yes, of course it ties back to that because the logical decision here, when we don't operate from our heartstrings being pulled, is this Nine of Wands. It is rejection, keeping your walls up, guarded energy, guarding your energy, protecting oneself. Because you've been hurt, because you've been injured, the walls go up, and we sort of are on guard now, rejecting what energies might be coming at us, needing the King of Swords to do so. This is like you saying, or your highest self rather, saying, because judgment is what brings us here. You're being called to do this. You're being called from your highest self to operate by logic. Keep your walls up, stay guarded, because the high priestess, your intuition, knows. This is all about your inner knowing. This is the Hierophant perfect match. We saw the Hierophant at the bottom up here, what you're in alignment with and being called to do. And it's the same thing here, because the Judgment card is what brings us here. We're being called to this action of the King of Swords. Use your logic, stay guarded, use your intuition and your inner knowing. This is the vehicle to victory, the Chariot. This is how we reach our goal as quickly as possible. When you answer the call of your highest self, go within, close your eyes, meditate, listen to your heart of your highest self, not your heart down here, your heart up there. I hope this makes sense, guys. Let's move on. Let's look at the Four of Wands, please. This card of commitment. This is in the position of hopes and fears. Okay. Two of Wands. Seven of Wands. Page of Pentacles. And at the bottom, the Five of Pentacles. Okay. We come to this hopes and fears section because of this abandonment. Feeling lost, feeling out in the cold. This is complete abandonment of this commitment. The Two of Wands says we're thinking about our future long term, and we need to block these energies of this particular commitment. We feel abandoned. We have to remember that. We have to think about our future long term and block all the unwanted energies that are poking at us when it comes to this commitment. Your person wants to talk. Your person wants to get back together. You have got to block the unwanted energies. You've got to be strong here. Page of Pentacles speaks to making the initial investment into blocking all of this, blocking investing into this commitment. When you think long term, you'll know. If you just get caught up in your heart space, you might get confused over here, and you hope that you have what it takes to, and you do have what it takes. King of Swords twice. It shows me it's here for you as you anticipate a future interaction with this soul connection. And you're just hoping you can invest in blocking investment in this. It's like you're saying, I know better. I just hope I have what it takes to not go this direction again, to this commitment, to this marriage, to this living together, to being sold some kind of stable commitment or relationship. You're really, really hoping here that you can block that unwanted energy that is trying to influence you to come back. I feel like that's what it is. Because there's a part of you over here, this King of Cups, that wants to. And that's why you doubt. That's why you go back and forth. But listen to your highest self. Listen to your King of Swords. Tuck your heart in your pocket. Think logically about your future. And remember the abandonment. That's what brings us here. All right. No wonder the potential outcome is this Four of Cups, because this was something that you really wanted, and you got your wish for at least some period of time, but then things went south and you had to let it go. You're not telling me why. I don't see the reason why. It doesn't matter why. You just know. You just know it's the right thing to do. I can just tell that. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look at this. Disappointment, upset. We're focusing on all the things that didn't work out. We don't want to miss a new opportunity that may come in because we're down in the dumps over here. Let's look at this potential outcome. This is very hard. I can tell what you're doing. Oh, and look, by the way, it was the Five of Pentacles that brought us to this that we need to remember. And right at the bottom of the baseline, I didn't show it originally, but it was the Five of Pentacles also. There's been abandonment here, for sure. Four of Cups, please. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. That's the card of independence, being single. The Fool, new beginnings. Four of Swords, taking the time out to heal, to meditate, to get your thoughts clear. And on your own, new starts, fresh new adventures in your life. And what brings us here, the Knight of Swords, the action, the swift and knowledgeable information that you have gained has brought you here. Maybe this reading helps to see a bird's eye view of all the stuff you're dealing with. I hope that you feel definitely validated and supported. Whoever's going through these energies, man, you're putting your best foot forward and you're trying your absolute best to move forward. And it looks like the potential outcome is, yeah, you're going to be upset and disappointed. Things didn't work out, but you're doing just fine on your own and new adventures are waiting for you. And so is more healing is needed. More healing is needed. You've done a great amount of work thus far, but more is needed to complete, this healing cycle. And these are the swift actions that will be taken if all the energies stay the same. If you hold strong in this King of Swords energy and your judgment, answering the call to your highest self, your masterful actions are here, paying off in spades, and you'll be able to move forward in your life and move on to your next adventure, because there's a lot more here from you after this. All right, let's get some advice to close this off, and then we'll get an oracle card, please. Spirit, what advice or message do you have for Capricorn going through these energies to close off this reading? Ace of Swords in reverse, Two of Swords, Knight of Wands, and at the bottom, the Two of Wands. This is saying that when your passionate person approaches you, it's like you can't see straight. You guys are going to have a conversation about the future, Two of Wands. And right behind that is conflict. Yeah, it's conflicting because they come in like the Knight of Wands. Very attractive energy. It feels impulsive. You may feel impulsive in this attraction because you guys are the King of Wands, Queen of Wands. It's a definite soul connection. But listen, if it's not healthy for whatever reason to get back into it, if you've been abandoned and you know that it's the smart thing to do to not be part of this, is what it looks like your reading is saying. This is like almost like a warning, if you will. When they show up, when this Knight of Wands energy shows up, that's when impulsiveness shows up around, somebody showing up attractive, life of the party. They're a lot of fun. They make you laugh. And it's energy heading towards you. But that's when all clarity goes out the window. The opportunity for truth and clarity just, again, here it's in the upright. It's next to heartbreak with this attraction. But here, when they come in the future, you're not going to be able to see. Two of Swords. It's going to make you feel you're going to have no clarity. The opportunity for clarity gets turned upside down when they come around because they have that magnetic pulse with you. You're not going to be able to see, and it's going to make you confused up in your head about deciding, because their energy is so appealing and you feel it's not just, oh, they're fun. It's deep. It's on again, a magnetic level where like every cell in your body feels so drawn to them, so attracted to them. It feels so right. You want to believe them, whatever it is, that everything would be, you know, your wish come true again like it used to be. But again, Spirit is saying things aren't clear when they show up like that because you're so attracted to them. And they come in hot. They're attracted to you too. It's not one way, it's two-sided. So be careful because this creates conflict for you. And look, right behind that is heartbreak again. All right? And the card of a lot of work, doing things over and over again repetitively. Please pay attention to that and know that when you do have some future interaction with them, uh, you can anticipate that it's going to be tough and that you need to bring your logic game to that meeting when it happens, because it will happen. But you've got a wonderful future ahead as you go through these disappointments and these upsets of things that didn't work out. Let's get a oracle card. This is from the Power of Surrender cards by Judith Orloff, MD. She wrote a psychology book called The Power of Surrender. Spirit, what message do you have for Capricorn at this time? Whoever's going through these energies, they're trying to break away, cut the cord of the soul connection, but they have doubts. They have weaknesses. Weaknesses, I should say. But listen, they're coming in as the Knight of Wands. You're the king. They do not match you. Okay? They're not on your same level when it comes to what attraction would be best suited for you. But they still cause confusion. I can see that. Okay. What message do you have from the Power of Surrender? All right, there it is. Surrender to what is. And it says, flow with what is instead of fighting it when you can't change a situation. Compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. All right. I hope that helps, Capricorn. Thank you guys so much for being here. If this resonated with you or you like the format that we're using here at this new channel, please throw a like, a subscribe, add a comment, leave your energy here at the channel, and I look forward to reading for you guys next time. Good luck, Capricorn.